Now, there's another obstacle. I call them internal obstacles. We all have them. There's some people who might be saying, I'm not afraid of anything. I have no struggles. But there's every one of us in this room comes across fear every now and then. Comes across insecurity every now and then. Comes across anxiety. These are internal obstacles. It's like something that's always holding you back from being the best that you can. Back in 2001, I was thinking about the relationship I had with my dad. He was 64 at the time. Baseball was my passion. Never played a game of catch with my dad. Never heard him say the words, I love you, son. Now, as a kid growing up with 6 brothers and sisters and a ton of friends, it never bothered me because I could play ball with my brothers and sisters or play ball with my friends. But when I went to college, it started to bug me. I had friends, their fathers would come down, play a game of catch, go out and get a bite to eat. I said, man, I don't have that relationship with my dad. So I got to thinking, what could I do for my dad for Christmas, something special? And it was June, and I'm thinking about Christmas. Don't know why, but just the thought just came across. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give my dad the first baseball glove that he gave me when I was 6 years old. I'm going to give it back to him for Christmas. I'm going to ask him for a game of catch. That's all I want for Christmas. So here it is, June, July, August, no glove. September, October, no glove. Thanksgiving, no glove. My goal was to find that glove. So I'm sitting here thinking, this is not going to happen. 5 days before Christmas, I'm at my parents' house. My mother, my father, and myself are sitting at the table. My father just had a hernia surgery. And he says, Rob, he goes, I got this big heavy box in the closet downstairs, and I need to get something out of it, but I can't lift it. Do you mind going down and getting it out of the closet? No problem. Go down the steps, pick up this box. I reach in the closet and pick up this box. I lift it up, and I turn around, and there's this glove. And I'm fired up. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. So I go home that night, sit in front of the computer, and I write a poem to my dad. Now, I know you're thinking, you came here to get fired up, and this guy's playing Mr. Dr. Phil on the stage. There's a method to my madness here. Stay with me. So I write in this poem. I want to share it with you. And I titled the poem, Some Catch. Hey, Dad, it's Christmas time again, and families all around the world are getting ready to share the Christmas joys. As usual, moms and dads get a list together from their little girls and boys. Some lists include things like cars and trucks, while others include things like Barbie dolls and makeup. Boys will ask for video games, sports things, while girls will ask for dresses, clothes, and angels with little wings. You've been a dad for 36 plus years now and worked for 45 years as well. You've had the opportunity to raise 7 children, which is priceless, but I'm sure it caused all kinds of hell. I could not imagine how hard it must have been with all that weight upon your shoulders, but I think I'm beginning to understand now that I'm much older. Dad, we've all moved away. We're all older now. Most of us have moved away. Now it's time for you to have some fun with us. We all know you've earned your pay. If I could ask you one thing for Christmas, Dad, it would be not a house, not a car, not even a watch. All I want to do, Dad, is to play some catch. Four days later, we go to my brother's house to exchange gifts for Christmas. 30 people over there. My father's sitting at the table. My wife and I are standing behind him. I have his glove wrapped in a box with his comb. I slide it in front of my dad. He opens it up, and the tears start to flow down his cheeks. Then I start crying. Then my wife starts crying. Then my sister yells, "What's going on over there?" She She starts crying. Then we got 30 people crying. My father looks at me in this old Italian way and he says, we are going to play when it gets warmer out, all right? And I said, no, Dad. We're playing tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. Whether it's 20 degrees or 50 degrees. I have my glove, you have your glove, and we're going to play catch for the first time in 3 or 4 years. And I want to show you a picture. That's me and my dad. What does any of this have to do with selling paint or selling real estate? I talked about something holding you back, right? You know, some of us, we get up in the morning and we have our foot on the gas and we're blowing away and we're going and going and going. We get home at the end of the day and we're like, what did I do today? I feel like I'm stuck in the mud. That's because you got another foot on the brake. You're doing a burnout. So me as a kid growing up, like I said, never heard the words, I love you, son. Never heard the words, I accept you for who you are, son. That was my foot on the brake as I worked through my career. So now, I'm playing catch Christmas morning, and my dad's throwing the ball to me. And he's not saying, but I'm hearing it, I love you, son. He's not saying, but I'm hearing it, I accept you for who you are, son. At that moment, I was able to take my foot off of my brake, keep the other foot on the gas, and move along in my life. And it's never been the same since that day. What I encourage you to do is to dig down and face your fear, face what's holding you back, and in some way lift your own foot off the brake that's holding you back so you can go forward. And it's a big deal because you see, when you're in that position where you're being held back, in your mind, it's like you're in a prison. Because you're locked down, and that's what your brain will look like, a prison. And what I want to do today, before we finish up, is I want to have a good old-fashioned jailbreak. Are you guys in? Yeah. I got to hear it better than that. Are you in or you out? Yeah. I'm not hearing it from this side. Yeah. Over here. Yeah. In the middle. Yeah. We're going for a prison break today, guys. Now picture this. Have you seen the movie Shawshank Redemption? Yeah. Picture this in your mind. We're going for a prison break today, right? And I'm not talking about breaking down the walls in a prison and running for freedom. I'm not talking about breaking down or going over the fence and running for freedom. That's not the prison break I'm talking about today, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. All you ladies out there. I'm talking about breaking down the walls of fear. I'm talking about breaking down the walls of hate. I'm talking about breaking down the walls of anxiety and distrust. Those are the walls we're breaking down today. So I'm going to ask you again, are you in or are you out? Yeah. A little louder. Yeah. And how are we going to break down these walls? We break them down with the one tool that no one can ever take away from you. They can take away your job. They can take away your money. They can take away the food on your plate. But no one can ever take away your hope. Because you see, hope is a confident expectation. It's an expectation that something is going to happen. So you should have a confident expectation this year that you're going to win that gold medal.